Is it just easier to be fat? That is the devil's work. Nasty! I, for some reason, am really popular among all the older ladies.
Weight loss channel review. Beatrice Caruso.
You gotta be so good that they can't ignore you, especially the ones that ain't done shit for you. Yeah, you know exactly what I mean. They stab you in the back and then they ask why you're bleeding. I don't trust words, I trust actions. I don't care what you heard, I'm not slacking.
My name is Alan Roberts. This is Every Damn Day Fitness. Thank you for tuning in. Please do share this video as well as all my other videos. But before I get to anything else, I wanted to issue a very sincere and humble apology to the guys over at the Dads Who Lift podcast. In early April, they had me on their podcast for about an hour or so, and it's down in the description box below. You can go check that out, and please do subscribe to them. They had me on in early April, and that's when the world went completely crazy. I was supposed to share their podcast on my social media, and I did not. So my very sincere and humble apology to these great guys, so please do check them out. Now, so last week I did my first video in a series of weight loss channel reviews. That's where I'm gonna take a channel that is based around weight loss from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TV, anything, just not fucking TikTok. Fuck you, TikTok. But I'm gonna take a channel that's based around weight loss, and I'm gonna critique and review their methods. I'm going to give pointers, tips, that sort of thing. My first video was on April Lauren, awesome person. I love doing that fucking video, and I love her fucking content. And in the description box below, or excuse me, in the comment section below, I asked people to tell me who else I should review, and by vast majority, it was Beatrice Caruso, and I can totally fucking see why. Her videos are very fucking entertaining. She is a very engaging, entertaining person in herself. I am going to review the video that is titled No More Yo-Yo Dieting / Mini Cut Cycle for Effective, Safe Weight Loss and Fast Metabolism plus weight in. Now, I am not going to review every second of this video. I highly suggest you go subscribe to her channel and watch the videos and all her videos yourself. They are fucking very entertaining. Again, I'm very, very happy that everybody pointed me across. She's kind of spastic like I am, and I fucking enjoy that shit. So here we go.
Hi everybody, my name is Bea, and I'm on a journey to lose 100 pounds. You know, I think it's time that we choose a plan of attack. These past few weeks I've been working on the basic stuff, getting my hydration under control, eating healthier foods, you know, getting that mental game in check. And now I'm choosing a method to lose the weight for good.
That is a pretty good start. Figuring out the basics, getting your shit together is very important. A plan is very, very important. And she does say a plan to lose the weight and keep it off for good. That is the plan everybody should fucking have. If you feel like you are starting on a diet and it is not something that you can do for the rest of your life, get off of that diet and try to figure out your fucking lifestyle very fucking clearly. A diet is a temporary adjustment of your output and input of calories. That's it. That is a fucking diet. You need to have a way that you can live a lifestyle that helps you get to and maintain a healthy body weight for the rest of your life, a healthy body weight. And that's another reason why you shouldn't necessarily put a numeric goal. Like the 100-pound goal for a person, I understand that she's probably looking at a BMI calculator and it is telling her she needs to lose 100 pounds. But for every person, it's kind of different. If she loses 98 pounds, but she's very, very healthy, she feels like a failure. If she needs to lose more than 100 pounds to get healthy and get to the 100 pounds, where's the motivation to do so? So be aware that you maybe shouldn't put a numerical. The goal should always be healthy. I do understand for a lot of people, it's a number to shoot at as a goal, but understand that that's not always going to be that way.
Just gonna wait for that dog to stop. You know what? There's a whole lot of nature sounds happening right now. We're just gonna switch locations. All right, take two. We are in my car. There should be no distractions, hopefully, other than when filming in the sweltering Savannah heat. Just kidding. I live in Colorado, but it's still wicked hot.
For the record, from somebody who knows, it can get hot as fuck recording in a car. Hot as fuck.
How are we gonna lose this weight for good and make it something maintainable? Now, I've been trying to lose weight for as long as I can remember. I remember being in grade 5, cutting out workouts from Cosmo magazine, and then waking up early so I could do them in the morning before school.
I'm not gonna get too off topic here, but fuck Cosmo magazine and any other fucking magazine that places looks over health. Cosmo magazine has historically targeted young women and made them feel like they have to look a certain fucking way that is never actually fucking healthy. Even in today's society where they're putting morbidly obese women on the fucking cover of Cosmo magazine, that is unhealthy too. Those magazines focus way too much on aesthetics and do not actually focus on the fucking person buying the rag of a fucking magazine that piece of shit is in trying to get fucking healthy. Just my 2 fucking cents on that shit.
I went to Weight Watchers with my grandma in high school, and I really loved going to the meetings because I, for some reason, am really popular among all the older ladies. But I hated converting the calories to points because it was just like, why are we doing this extra step? Why are we converting calories to this imaginary point system?
Oh, fuck Weight Watchers and fuck Oprah too. No shit. Weight Watchers is a bullshit system in my opinion. I've never known anybody to get really, truly healthy off Weight Watchers. I'm not saying that hasn't happened, but I've never known anybody to get truly healthy. I've never really known anybody to get like even kind of healthy-ish, be able to go off Weight Watchers and keep the weight off. Weight Watchers overcomplicates their fucking system on purpose, I think, to trap people into having to use it forever. They don't really teach people shit on how to lose the weight and keep it off forever. They teach people how to lose weight with Weight Watchers, kind of, and then they just need to be on Weight Watchers forever. I think they even sabotage people a little bit with the 0-point system. It's fucking ridiculous. Fuck Weight Watchers.
Don't get me wrong, no tea, no shade. Weight Watchers works for like a ton of people, and I know that people do it for the rest of their life, but like it's just not my thing, girl. I tried counting macros. I tried that whole green coffee bean pill thing. I tried buying workout programs. I tried bootlegging workout programs. Shanti, don't come for me. I don't know how to burn a DVD. My friend does though. I just happened to acquire a copy of your Brazilian butt lift workout. And does my booty look lifted to you? No. You know why? Because I only did it once and then I never touched it again.
Beatrice just pointed out something massively important to everybody. If you are on a weight loss journey, you need to find the activities that you'll like to do, that are comfortable for you to do, that you will enjoy. You need to put in some effort. No shit. You need to get 30, 40 minutes of daily activity in. No shit. But if you pick a workout program that is vastly more advanced than what you're fucking ready for, it is not going to fucking work out well. You're either going to fucking hate it, get injured, or get fucking, get discouraged. That is not going to fucking work out well. At damncollective.com, that's where my wife and I have Damn Collective Coaching. Myself, my wife, or our team help people on a daily basis to build their new lifestyle. We take their lifestyle and morph it bit by bit by bit by bit by bit to a version they recognize. I'm not going to take somebody that's never done a fucking crazy ass HIIT workout and give them a crazy ass HIIT workout. We're going to start with minimal activity, ease them in this shit, see what they fucking like to do. If they like to fucking swim, we're going to have them fucking swim. If they like to walk, we're going to have them fucking walk. The idea isn't how many calories you can burn in a day. The idea is how many calories can you burn consistently, day after day after day after day after day after day.
Since I started this whole journey, I've been researching and kind of seeing what else is out there. And I started thinking about the future, and that's always when it starts getting like really daunting. That's where a solid feeling of dread comes in, because I start thinking about when I'm at my goal weight. I start thinking to myself, what's that gonna look like? What am I gonna have to do for the rest of my life to maintain that weight loss? Am I gonna have to eat like a bird and be obsessed with tracking calories? Am I gonna have to work out 7 days a week? Is it just easier to be fat?
It is absolutely not easier just to be fat. For all of you out there, understand this, and I'm sure she understands this, but for all of you out there, understand this. If you are 100 pounds overweight right now and you're in your early 20s or early 30s, you are not going to stay that way unless you get some help for yourself or you help yourself. You are not going to stay that way. If you are already 100 pounds overweight, the chances of you gaining 5 to 10 pounds every year moving forward are very fucking high. If you don't fix your relationship with food, maybe get some counseling for your eating disorder, which if you are 100 pounds overweight, you have. Get there faster. You have a disordered relationship with food if you're 100 pounds or more overweight, period. You can have a disordered relationship with food and be of a normalized weight. But if you are 100 pounds overweight, you have a disordered relationship with food for your body, period. Get there faster, motherfuckers. But no, it is not easier because you will just continually keep putting weight on, keep putting weight on, keep putting weight on. With that comes decreased ambulatory abilities, decreased movement, and with that also comes depression, eating more, and it just accelerates it. It is not easier to be fat. Now, I understand her concern about what is this going to look like when I'm at my goal weight? Am I going to have to eat like a bird? No, your body's going to use less energy, so you will be less hungry as you reduce your body size down. As you reduce your body size down, you need less food because your basal metabolic rate still goes down because you weigh less. So you will not eat like a bird for you. What you need to do is find a way to eat so you're satiated and still lose the weight.
Would I be happier that way? I needed something that wouldn't cripple my metabolism, wouldn't result in a plateau, and that was cheap, because your girl is trying to level up in life and be financially free. I'm trying to pay off my student loan. I'm trying to save up for a down payment on a house, get on that adult-ish. And I don't have the cash to be making it rain on some kind of fancy diet shakes or elixirs. Girl, we're gonna do this the natural way. We're gonna get snatched au natural and for free.
The best way to get healthy or stay healthy on the cheap, and write this down, is to eat lean proteins, produce, don't eat processed food at all, don't drink your calories, and move your body in a safe fashion more than you have been. Find an activity you like doing that is very safe and move it more. If you want to have some athletic goals, that is great. but they are not required. You just need to move your body more than you have been moving. Go for a half-an-hour walk that you haven't been going for every single day, and watch what you put in your mouth.
Now, fair warning, like everything I do, it is not gonna be sexy. You aren't gonna be seeing those big flashy titles, you know, the ones that are like, I lost 100 pounds in 2 months. Girl, this is gonna be gradual, sustainable, responsible weight loss. This will be me implementing the mini cut cycle.
The words sustainable and cut cycle normally do not go together for weight loss.
Oh, we need some air. Okay, sorry, it was so hot in that car, I was having a heat stroke. Last location change, I promise. Anyway, you have maintenance calories, which are the total number of calories you can eat in a day to stay the same weight that you are now.
Very true.
And in order to lose weight, you have to go into a caloric deficit.
Also true.
There are approximately 3,500 calories in 1 pound.
I have done a video about that before. The reason why people say approximately is not all fat cells are the same. There's different kinds of fat. Different hydration levels of fat, that sort of thing. There's normally between 3,200 and 3,800 calories in any gram of fat, but 3,500 is like the agreed upon number.
That means in order to lose 2 pounds a week, you have to reduce your maintenance calories by 7,000 calories a week or 1,000 calories a day.
Approximately.
So the thing about your body is it wants to maintain that homeostasis, which is just a fancy way of saying that that mofo doesn't want to change. It wants to stay the same way you are now. It's feeling like everything's kosher, everything's good where we're at. Why are we going so fast? So that means when you eat less calories, you're signaling to your body that we don't need that much to survive. Your metabolism slows and your body is becoming more efficient with calories, which we don't want.
I love the fact that she has thought this out. She has researched. I really do. I think that having a plan is very important, as I discussed earlier. I think the fucking problem is for her and for anybody that needs to lose a large amount of weight, they get very caught up in the fucking numbers. Well, if I eat this many calories in this many days, they get to be a slave to that shit. So the second that they don't watch for a fucking day, then they fall the fuck off. And that's the fucking issue. They should be worried way more about the fucking behaviors versus those fucking numbers. People get caught up on fucking numbers about calories and protein and all sorts of shit. When you need to lose a large amount of weight, the idea is to address behaviors that got you to be that size permanently. It's not a matter of watching 1,000 calories a day. It's a matter of making sure that you eat in a way that will sustain your body, that doesn't trigger you to overeat, that you're not snacking, that you're feeling satiated, that you're not over-restricting, but you're not letting yourself eat too much. It is a very complex, individualized thing, and that's why when people that need to lose a lot amount of weight, when they need to lose 100 or more pounds, when they get caught up on the calories of it, that is great. They might lose a lot of weight, but it's not teaching them what to do when they don't watch calories anymore, which will fucking eventually happen. So if you need to lose a lot of weight, and this is my advice to Beatrice, focus on the behaviors, a little less on the actual fucking numbers. This is a long journey. The behaviors didn't form in a fucking day. It is not going to just be fucking switched because you all of a sudden decided to look at a calorie counter.
Hear me out, because that sounds counterintuitive. I mean, usually always we're striving to be more efficient, right? Wrong. Because the more inefficient your body is with calories, that means that the more you can eat at maintenance and while losing weight. I don't want to hit my goal weight and eat a measly 1,100 calories a day. I want to be eating 2,000 calories at maintenance when I am in my dream body. Because you know that your girl loves food. We do that by implementing a mini cut cycle. So there's a less aggressive approach and a more aggressive approach to this whole mini cut cycle thing. In the less aggressive approach, you're going 2 weeks in a caloric deficit, and then you switch over to 2 weeks at your maintenance calories.
I don't know. For a morbidly obese person, I'm not really digging this fucking plan to lose weight.
Now, I'm going to be doing the more aggressive approach to this. I'm going to be eating for 3 weeks in a deficit, and then 1 week, I'm going to go back up to my maintenance calories. And I'll try to do my maintenance week the same time that my shark week is going on, which if you know, you know. But if you don't know, I'm talking about my period.
Yeah, I wish I could say I was, but I'm just not really a fan of this plan at all. I'm really not. For a person that needs to lose a large amount of weight, I'm not a fan of 3 weeks on a very serious deficit and then a week trusting yourself to eat just at maintenance and then to go back to a very serious deficit after that. For a person who's gotten themselves to be morbidly obese, who is shown to have lower impulse control and lower food knowledge, that is not a setup for success, in my opinion, of course. There is going to be a month in there where maybe you just don't go back on the deficit, or a month in there where you just start really eating because the deficit is too high. The behaviors need to be addressed. The numbers are less important than people fucking think.
So what this is supposed to do, kind of trick your body into accepting the weight loss, because it's like easing you in gradually as opposed to like just a shock to the system.
People come close. I'll come closer to you. Remove the word cheat from your vocabulary when it comes to your health. There's no cheats. There's no hack. There's no cheat meal. Your body knows what calories you took in. You don't cheat on your workout program. You just didn't burn the fucking calories. There's no cheating.
It lets your body dip your toe in, realize everything's okay. We're not going into starvation mode, those kinds of things. So in order to find my maintenance calories and the calories that I need for a deficit, I turned to all these online calculators.
Real quick on this, if you're in such a deficit that you're worried about damaging your body's metabolism, be in less of a fucking deficit. People did not get to be morbidly obese overnight. Most people don't gain 60 or 70 pounds in a year unless some sort of serious traumatic event happens that they should be getting counseling for anyway, or some serious physical thing happens that they should be under a doctor's care anyway. Most people gain weight 10, 15 pounds a year every single year until they're 100 pounds overweight. She even talks about doing workouts when she was 5. She did not get to be morbidly obese overnight. So Beatrice, you should lose weight slower instead of worrying about being in such a caloric deficit that you might damage your fucking metabolism.
Girl, I tried a bunch of different ones. I'll link the best one down below. It's taking into account like your age, your gender, your height, your weight, how active you are. What I like about this calculator is it tells you its definition of what exercise is. Because according to some people, going on a walk is strenuous, and to others, it doesn't really get their heart pumping at all. So like it kind of breaks that down a little bit better.
All right, real quick on calorie counters and BMI things and basal metabolic rates and all that bullshit. All these calculators are great fucking tools to help teach people about food, to help teach people about themselves. They are great tools. They absolutely are. They are just tools though. They are guesstimates. That is it. There is a guess on what exactly is in each piece of food. No 2 ounce pieces of chicken are the same. So we could have a 2 ounce piece of chicken here and a 2 ounce piece of chicken here. One could have vastly more protein than the other. One could have more hydration levels. Just because they weigh the same doesn't mean they have the same composition. Same thing for the intensity levels. While her calculator that she does talk about does say, hey, here's the activity we're talking about, it doesn't measure the person's intensity level. Most people kind of fuck with those things anyway. The thing about calorie counters, they are very good and they give a good guideline and they help people understand what they're eating and they help people understand what they're putting in their mouth and how their activity affects everything like that. But they're guesstimates. That is it. They are not, at no point in time can somebody put your measurements, put your guesstimates in there and come up with your basal metabolic rate and your TDEE exactly. Even within like about 10 to 15, 20%, I think is what we've seen that these things can be off by. They could be off by like 20%. That's why when people get too caught up in the fucking numbers, that's why they get disheartened, because sometimes, well, I think I'm eating X amount of calories. Why am I not losing weight? Because it says I should lose weight. And it's because either the food is more caloric than what you think, or the exercise you're putting in is not as intense as you think. Those sorts of things. That's why the numbers are less important than the behaviors.
So you can get a more accurate number. So I found out that my daily maintenance is 2,555 calories to stay this weight that I am now. But in order to lose 2 pounds a week, I'd have to be at 1,555, which is just cutting my maintenance calories down by 1,000, which I had explained earlier. So on this plan, the maximum amount of weight that I can lose a month is 6 pounds. So I actually started tracking my calories this week with MyFitnessPal, which is a free app. And it had me eating only 1,300 calories a day, which is pretty low. But at the time when I set it all up and everything, I put not very active, which I completely wasn't. I was pretty much like a potato. But since then, I started a 21-day challenge to walk, jog a mile a day, which that video will be coming out soon, so keep your bananas peeled.
I fucking love the movie reference. I fucking love it. But the one thing I did want to point out is don't ever figure your calories out on a calorie counter when you're in a sedentary state. Unless you absolutely have to. Unless you medically have to be in a sedentary state. Worrying about the calories from a calorie counter will fuck you up. If you are in a sedentary state, the biggest issue about your health right now is that you are in a sedentary state. You need to start moving around, even if it's 30 minutes a day of consistent activity. 30 minutes a day of consistent activity that is not painful, that you can do, that you can push yourself a little harder, bit by bit by bit, progressively overload that shit, get yourself moving a little bit more. But if you are in a sedentary state, address your activity immediately if you want to lose weight. At no point in time should you ever even be thinking about how much can I eat and still remain completely sedentary. That is unhealthy as fuck.
So I didn't go back in and account for like my increase in activity. I need to go back in and adjust that. But I did weigh in this morning and I weighed 241.4 pounds. Now last week we weighed 245.2 pounds. So that means we lost 3.8 pounds this week, you know, which is great. Like I'm ecstatic. Like, of course I want to see this weight come off, but moving forward, I'm going to be going at a much slower pace. So we're just kind of like throwing the mini cut cycle on to like what I've already been doing, which is the intermittent fasting. So that won't change.
I've spoken about intermittent fasting a ton. I refer to it as skipping breakfast. It's how I eat. I eat all my food between like a 6 and 7 hour window. Normally, I'm not like the big protocol intermittent fasting guy because it's fucking skipping breakfast. I found it works well for me because if I don't have a very full feeling at least once a day, that next day I tend to overeat. So I have a smaller meal than I have a larger meal. I'd rather not eat breakfast, drink all my water, everything like that in the morning, then eat like pretty much healthy proteins and fats for my first meal. I almost never have carbohydrates for my first meal. And then I just have all my carbohydrates and more protein and veggies and stuff like that at night. So I feel nice and full, and I tend to be able to be more in control of my hunger the next day. Some people, though, it doesn't work that way. If they skip a meal, their first meal that they tend to overeat. They get over hungry. And that's a person, they need to figure that out for themselves. And a lot of very morbidly obese people who are used to eating a large quantity of food, skipping a meal can cause binges, overeating, that sort of thing. And each person needs to figure that out for themselves. So it is a good tool and a bad tool. It just depends on the fucking person.
And I'm just trying to like get my nutrition in check, eat more protein and healthy fats and like maybe a little bit less refined carbs. I will be doing some videos about like what I eat in a day and stuff, like what I'm consuming to lose weight. But in the meantime, you guys can follow my Instagram because I normally post like food pictures there or, you know, like daily mini updates. My thought process is that I'm gradually going to be increasing my activity levels while I'm losing weight. So they kind of offset each other. So I shouldn't have to really adjust my maintenance or deficit calorie numbers until I lose about 50 pounds or so. Now, obviously, I'll keep monitoring that and I'll adjust accordingly. You know, I've never done this before. I don't know. And it's like a little bit scary to be like, oh, I'm just gonna eat to maintain this week. You know, you get impatient and stuff. I'm just really hoping that the benefits of this are worth having to be a little bit more patient. It's supposed to boost metabolism and avoid plateaus. It's cheap and it's natural. I'm not gonna be feeling deprived in like the food department. And also a bonus, I've heard that if you lose weight gradually, you kind of reduce your chances of having loose skin. You know, just food for thought.
Some thoughts on that, and then my final words, like my final advice for her and everybody. But the loose skin thing, life overlooks, okay? Very clearly, life overlooks. If you're 100 pounds overweight, do not fucking worry about loose skin. You may or may not have it. I have seen people kind of give up when they realize they are going to have loose skin, and that is not a fucking healthy thing. It really is. Keep that shit out of your mind. Be healthy. Worry about that shit much fucking later, if at all. Obese to Beast, my friend John, I suggest you check out his channel. He does have some loose skin from losing about 180 pounds. He is also going to be a speaker on The Damn Cruise. The Damn Cruise you can find at thedamncruise.com. But he does some great, really positive stuff about loose skin that should help people out from a person that experiences it. So you should check his shit out too. But my final thoughts, where she even said that she's a little worried about just eating at maintenance that week. If you are going to stay with this mini cut stuff, Beatrice, you very much should not weigh yourself at the end of that mini cut or that maintenance week. Don't weigh yourself. Wait for at least one more week back onto the cut. I personally suggest that you kind of scrap the mini cut idea and just kind of find a consistent calorie range you can stay in. Stay in that range, and you can have one meal a week where you kind of have some more enjoyable indulgence of food, but just one meal a week. That way you get to look forward to that. You're rewarding yourself for staying in your calories, you know, earlier that week, or even if you want to do it every 2 weeks, but you have it so those calories average out to having you lose consistent weight, keeping your energy levels up, not over-restricting, making sure as you increase activity levels, you're keeping an eye on your weight loss. For Beatrice and anybody out there, you should be able to lose weight or maintain a healthier weight just with the activities that you are going to do consistently over the course of time and what you ingest. So that's why we always say that you should have 30 or 40 minutes of consistent activity for your cardiovascular health, and then whatever food you ingest with that 30, 40 minutes of consistent activity, that should get you to your homeostasis weight. That is what you earn. That is where you're at. If you eat a certain amount of food that you are not losing weight to the point where you are getting to your healthier weight that you want, you may need to increase your activity consistently over the course of time. You may need to be consistently higher if you don't want to reduce your calories anymore. That is just fact. That is just thermodynamics. It's how it fucking works. So I do suggest that you not chase the activity, meaning if you increase your activity, unless it's going to be permanent activity you're going to do every day or do consistently over the course of time, you should not increase calories based off of that if you already have weight to lose. If you already have weight to lose, you might lose a little bit extra weight that week, but very fucking clearly, if you increase calories and then that activity goes away, then you have to decrease calories again to either maintain the weight you've gotten to or lose more weight. And that is not good for somebody that has a disordered relationship with food, which again, anybody that's 100 pounds overweight or more really does have a disordered relationship with food. And I hope you got some help for that too. Beatrice, I hope you know about the fucking best. I enjoy your fucking content. I think you're funny as fuck. I didn't show all the clips where she's being totally fucking hilarious in this video, so you motherfuckers need to go subscribe to her channel and be very fucking entertained by this young lady. I fucking love it. I'm going to watch every fucking video. That's just my 2 cents a matter. My name is Alan Roberts. You can hit me up on Instagram at AlanRobertsVDF. You can hit me up on Twitter at Everybody Fit. I'm also on Facebook at Everybody Fitness, and I'm on the internet at damncollective.com. God damn.